All right, so I'm pretty excited to be with you today. And in this video, I'm going to be covering how to make a cover for a book. So I'm on Amazon KDP and I've got my paperback book uploaded. It's 6x9 and I don't actually have a cover. So here, as I scroll down, I can see my manuscript's been uploading and it's processing it. However, I now need to do a book cover. So let's jump in and create a book cover. Now there's a few different options you can use. You can use this KDP template. You can launch a cover creator, or you can create a PDF cover already. I'm actually going to download a KDP template to create my own cover. So I know how big my book is. I've completed writing it. And so the reason I care about how big the book is how thick the book is, and thus how big the actual graphics file needs to be in terms of dimensions for the book cover. So I'm going to download a KDP template. Okay, so my binding type is going to be paperback. My interior type is going to be black and white. My paper type is going to be white. My page turn direction is going to be left to right. And my measurement units is going to be inches. My trim size, this is the big one. So I've pulled my interior trim size. It's 5.25 inches by 8 inches. When you're writing your book, make sure you remember what this trim size is. It's not always apparent. And if you are working on a book for a year, you might actually forget the size of your book. You can look up that in Word. You can open up your Word document and you can go to ruler. You can view the ruler and then you can see the size of your book. It's not perfect because there's little margins and stuff in there. So I strongly recommend remembering what the size is when you use your template. And then here we get to the most important part, which is page count. So I'm going to pop open my book and I'm going to see how many pages my book is. I'm going to scroll on down to the bottom and I've got 156 pages. So I'm going to type that in, 156, and then I'm going to click Calculate Dimensions. So now it's going to show me this is what the file is going to look like, and it says image for reference only. It gives me an idea here. I've got the cover on the right, the back of the cover on the left, and then I've got the spine of the book. And now I'm just simply going to download the template. So the reason that you want the page count accurate is because the more the page count, the thicker the spine is going to be. Imagine if my book was 1,000 pages, that spine would be really, really wide because the book would be so thick. So now I've got a zip file and I'm simply going to save it to my little folder now to work on my book cover. So after you download the file, you simply just get a zip file, zip folder here, and you can just double click it in Windows Explorer. It opens it up into a PDF and also a PNG file. I'm just going to copy those, Control C, and I'm going to put them right in my folder now. Okay, so I've got my PNG file now loaded into Photoshop. And as we can see here, it's just basically an image. And it's got bleed, which is the pink. It's got a barcode location. You don't need to put in the barcode. Amazon will take care of that. Now basically what we want to do now is just fill in where there's white, and we want to just put in a layer over top of it and just start typing over top. So whatever you see, that will be the book cover. So I'm going to add in a layer, and then I'm going to start typing stuff in. Now what I'd recommend you do is you pick a color that you're going to be using for your book cover. So for example, like I will pick, say, a blue. Just fill in an entire layer, and that will give me like my color of my book. And then what you would do with your layer, whatever Photoshop software you're using, you can just change the opacity of the layer. So now you can kind of work and just make sure you turn that up to 100% when you're done. When you're done with your book cover, you're also just going to turn off the actual template layer. So when it's all said and done, you'll have the dimensions all correct, but it's a little sneaky trick here that you're going to just turn off this layer afterwards. So we're just going to use this template. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with my book cover here. I've got my title, I've got my graphic, and I've got my name, and then I've got my blurb here on the back, my book blurb, and then also my artist blurb. So I'm just going to move this layer now from being an opacity of 65%, just move it to 100. So you can see that's pretty much what the book's going to look like. Now, what about this middle part here? We've got a spine in the middle of the book, and we want to make sure we don't forget about that. So I'm going to put this opacity back to around 65%. And I'm going to now type the word print on demand. And now I'm going to twist it So you want to make sure that your spine is going to be fitted the right way. So when you lay the book down with the top facing up, you can read the spine. So just use the template. See how it says spine width? You're going to use that and you're going to make the actual text look in the same direction. Now when you're saving, remember whatever the color is, or if you've got a background graphic or whatever it is, make sure to turn that opacity all the way up to 100. And just to be safe, I'm also going to turn off the layer that had the actual template. So that template's gone, and now I've got my color in there, and I'm good to go. I'll simply save this now as a Photoshop file, and then I'll also save it as a PDF file. And there it is. Through the magic of Photoshop, I've got a nice high quality looking book cover that I made in minutes, and I'm very happy with the way that looks. And now I'm going to upload that onto the Amazon website. Okay, so on kdpamazon.com, I've got my book cover. It says no cover uploaded, and it says here, upload a cover you already have, print ready, PDF only. That's what I'm going to use. Upload my cover file. I'll simply click that button. Okay, so I've uploaded my cover. It says here now it's processing the file. Same up here, manuscript, processing the file. And then it says check this box if you're uploading the file that includes a barcode. I did not include a barcode, so I did not check that box. If you don't check the box, we'll add a barcode for you. So perfect, they're going to add that barcode for me. Okay, so that's it for the book cover. So I hope you found that helpful. Pretty easy to create a template. The real trick is to make sure that you accurately tell Amazon how big your book is, how many pages it is. And when you do that, it'll give you an easy to use template with the exact thickness that you need to publish your book. Thanks a lot for watching, and here's another video on how you can supercharge your book publishing skills. Thanks for watching.